So Arsenal Football Club is on the brink of breaking English records. I don't know, footballing records of keeping clean sheets, a lot of records. But I don't care about that. I care about the comeback of Gabriel Jesus, whatever his name is. I just love players like Gabriel Jesus, and I'll have to say his name a lot of times if I keep talking about him. But let's just say that he's G. No, you can't even call him G. That is like I'm talking like Andrew Tate or something. But I feel like him as a player, like remember the Bayern Munich match where we were not able, we were down 2-1 and we were chasing the game. But when you had him, you had the belief that we can create a magic moment. We will have that something. He will create one moment where we can score, and he did. And that is what we need is against teams like PSG, Bayern Munich, the top quality teams that if they sit deep, they have quality players to counter you. And when they defend, they need you to be at the top of your game, to be a little creative, to do the extraordinary, to create that magic moment that wins you those big games. And I feel like Gabriel Jesus, whatever his name is, has that in him. And yeah, just genuinely happy for him that he's back. And no matter how bad he is, I have told you earlier also, even if he can give me those 2 3 games at the end of the season where he can create those magic moments, 1 or 2 magic moments, it will create a big difference to our season. And I feel like he will have a decent time now. He'll have good minutes in the Carabao Cup. Maybe he can have minutes in the FA Cup. He can come from the bench as well. And the fact that we don't have strikers right now, his comeback is more so important because we don't know what Kai Havertz injury holds and how long he will take to come back and what shape he will be in. Will he be the same player he is? Sort of things. Joker is also out with an hamstring injury and he has been overworked as well. So basically, now we have three top quality strikers, and we have a midfielder who is the world's best striker, best goal scorer, etc. etc. How many hat tricks has he scored? Has he scored 2 hat tricks and he has scored a brace? Every time he plays striker, he scores goals. I have not seen anyone except Haaland to be that consistent in scoring goals like Mikel Merino. And I feel like he just suits the position. I don't think he suits the midfield position. He is misprofiled. So I really like that. And obviously, when we played, I have forgotten who we played. Slavia Prague. We played Slavia Prague away and they had a monster striker, etc. Mikel Arteta doing this with Saliba, taking him to these zones and trying to pass from the middle. I think I have talked in my previous video someday that somewhere in some game like Saliba is someone who in these central areas, if he takes those midfield position, he is someone who is not scared to make these passes. If you see Declan Rice, you'll see a lot of these passes. If you see Zoe Mendy, you'll see a lot of these passes. Gabe, William Saliba is someone who is not scared of having that zipped ball through the lines between two players of the position. Like if this is the situation where there are two players and he is getting pressed by one and he has the ball, he won't be afraid to make attempt this pass to Gyökeres. But if it is Rice or Zoe Mendy, they will all be afraid of that. So that is all I would talk about tactics today. And mostly I'll talk about emotions now because emotions is what we need to control from here on, because Liverpool are looking better than they were. Manchester City are looking decent with Haaland scoring so many goals. Foden is coming into form, and they have enough depth, enough attacking talent to win a run of games. And if these two teams start winning games, they have the title experience, they have the players, they have the manager who have won a lot of titles. So I feel like we need to relax a bit, we need to keep going, we need to keep being solid and scoring odd goal that wins us the game. It is fine. We do not need to just smash five or six and play beautiful football, etc., or try to change what is working for us. Till this international break, until our players come back, until Madueke, Odegaard, Havertz, Gyökeres, Martinelli, and everyone else, Gabriel Jesus is back, apparently very close to a comeback. I feel like we need to hold tight. We need to make sure we win this Sunderland game, and from there on, I am confident when we have our players back, when we have Odegaard back. I don't fear any team, be it Tottenham, be it Chelsea, or even be it Bayern Munich. That week is going to be very crucial for us, and I feel like it is good that we will have a few players coming back from injury, so that we can share the time load, sort of workload, and it would not be like, oh, we are overburdening our players with three high intensity games. Like, we have two sets of players who can rotate between each other. We can rotate. The only position I think we cannot rotate in those three games is midfield. Rice and Zoe Mendy would have to play all the games, and the harsh thing to them would be because they will also play the international fixtures. So there could be chances of injury. So that also how Arteta manages it. I don't know how to manage it. I am not paid millions to think about that, and I cannot generally come up with a solution. I won't risk playing Marino or Norgard in that game, and Arteta wouldn't want to go with Odegaard as a sort of midfield. That would be too risky, maybe not against Spurs because they would sit back anyway. So you can go maybe with a Rice DM position, and then two forward eights or number 10s, whatever you want to call it. Those things can happen, but okay, I'm getting ahead of myself. I'm going past the international break. Sunderland, they are a decent side. Granit Xhaka is coming back, but I feel like Sunderland, as good as they are, I think they are some. They are not a team that sits on a low block. I feel like they want to attack, but they can sit on in a low block like they did against Chelsea and then countered them. They basically got a goal from a set piece and throw in, physically bullying Chelsea and then scoring a goal. Then even their striker physically bullying Chelsea's defender scoring. You can't bully us, so I don't fear them. Manchester United smashed them, and I feel like Sunderland is like that overvalued stock that is going to come back, and like it is going to correct, sort of. So I don't think it would be that big a test. Like everyone is going saying that, oh, Sunderland is going to be the real test. Sunderland is going to be a real test. Real test would be after international break. Don't worry, you don't need to hype every game. I feel like Sunderland are a good team, but they have Granit Xhaka, etc. But there is a reason Granit Xhaka plays for Sunderland now. Everything has a reason. So yeah, we need to go there. We need to do the job, and we need to just go get out of there. Come back to Emirates, host. I think we have had two away games, so we are going to surely have a home game. So we'll have a home game against Tottenham first, then we'll welcome Bayern Munich, then we'll have to go to Chelsea. So basically, we'll stay in London only. Then even Brentford after that is London only. Then you go to Aston Villa, and then games start coming thick and fast. Even Club Brugge and is not going to be easy. You saw them draw against Barcelona. So Club Brugge are a decent side. It is not a given that we are going to win that. So these are the difficult challenges that we are going to face after international break. So it makes it very more so crucial that we win this game, and I'll be backing Arsenal obviously. I don't think it is going to be that much of a big deal. Bukayo Saka needs to obviously step up. Ebreches needs to step up. I'll keep saying this. I'll keep saying this. I know Trossard has been doing well, and Saka scored a penalty last game. Obviously, and downman comes, he impresses. Nwaneri is playing, having minutes, etc., etc. But I feel like I genuinely want Bukayo Saka and Ebreches to get grip of a game and win their team a game, combine with each other, etc. So yeah, I hope they do so, and I hope Mikel Merino scores another goal, another tap in, another good finish, another cheeky finish that we are surprised with. Because I think his link up play, he can surprise in those tight areas, but if you give him space and time to think, he sort of overthinks it or is too slow sometimes. Either he is too slow or he's, I don't think is any time he's too fast, but I feel like he overthinks things, and that is why he is too slow, and his movements is also too slow. He's not very flexible, so he's made up for a striker role, more of a Giroud role than someone of a obviously Spanish midfielder role like Santi Cazorla. Santi Cazorla, man, what a player. Anyway, so yeah, hoping Sunderland don't play have a good day and we have a good day and we win this, and obviously we'll have an opportunity to gain some ground on either Manchester City or Liverpool, or in the best case scenario if they draw both. So we could be at least, if we win this game, we could be at least 9 points clear of Manchester City or 10 point clear of Liverpool, and if they draw we'll be 8 points clear of Manchester City and 9 points clear of Liverpool. And that is how you solve math equations if you're in class 1 and you are like watching cartoon. I wasn't watching cartoon in class 1, I was watching cricket. I started watching football in class 3. I don't know, first match I watched was Aguero match. So yeah, pretty good introduction to football. Yeah, anyway, that is all I can talk about Arsenal versus Sunderland. And the bad thing is that I actually missed the last game because I was awake from 5 a.m. Then I went, like, I have a job, so I have to go to office. Then I came back and, like, there is work overload in office right now, so it is tough. And by the time I turned on the match, it was not that bad because usually it is 1:30 a.m. It was 11:15 a.m. because it was early kickoff. But yeah, by 11:45 I was asleep. I was too tired to be awake, and I couldn't watch even a single goal. And then I missed it, and then I watched the highlights, and I was like, okay, we scored a few goals. Saliba played in midfield. Downman impressed again, so nothing new. I knew Saliba can play in midfield. I have told you in my earlier videos, and obviously you have not seen my earlier videos because I have I don't even have 30 subscribers. But yeah, I think Arteta's evolution as a manager is also very impressive because Arne Slot in today's press conference told that. He thinks if they had the right balance between set pieces, and for him set pieces is just throw-ins and corners, etc., where you can head the ball. So he thought if we had the same balance like we have in Champions League as compared to the Premier League, we wouldn't be 7 points behind Arsenal. um, that is why Premier League is the most physical league in the world, and that is why it is much tougher to win the Premier League than any league in the world, because there is a difference between European clubs and English clubs. That is what, if Arne Slot does not realize it, if Arne Slot actually thinks that the difference between his team and Arsenal is simply set pieces, he is kidding himself and he's not going to win any trophy after this, because that kind of attitude mindset would never make them better than Arsenal. Because if you actually know Arteta, if tomorrow you remove set pieces from the game, Arteta would be the best manager in the world, because his tactics, his combination plays, what he was doing with his team, and the way his team gets back to their position, the way his team presses, the way his team can combine and has creative players now. Literally, we can beat you at your game anytime, anywhere. So it is better to realize, like Scott Parker and etc., all those managers who appreciate Arteta for what he does. Like, literally start noticing what Arteta is doing right. Maybe you'll learn one or two things from him. With that, bye. Hopefully, yeah, I'll also give my prediction. Sorry, what bye? I feel like this could be a tight game, so I'll go with a 2-0. And I feel like I feel like Eze would have a good game. One goal from Eze, and Mikel Merino will score another goal, and we'll be fine. Saka with an assist or two. I think, yeah, it won't be as tough as people are making it out to be. So, have a good weekend, and I'll see you after the game. Bye.